I see, Mr. Henry, did you know the Bigger family?
Why, no, Mr. Spencer. What about the Bigger family?
Well, there was Mr. Bigger and Mrs. Bigger and Baby Bigger. Now, who was the biggest of the Bigger family?
Well, which was the biggest of the Bigger family?
Why, Baby Bigger.
And for what reason?
Why, because she was a little bigger. Well, one day Mr. Bigger and Mrs. Bigger went out in the park for an airing, and they took Baby Bigger along. Now then, Mr. Bigger sit on one end of the bench, and Mrs. Bigger sit on the other end of the bench. Now then, which was the biggest of the Bigger family?
Well, which was the biggest this time?
Why, Baby Bigger.
And why Baby Bigger?
Because she was by far the bigger. But I ain't a-feeling very well this evening, Mr. Henry. I'm a-feeling sad.
Feeling sad? What's the matter?
I'm thinking about a steamboat explosion that occurred about 20 years ago. And when I think what my life might have been had not this explosion occurred, oh, me, oh, my, oh, me, oh, my.
Well, Leonard, explain your connection with the steamboat explosion.
Well, I'll tell you all about it. There was the boat anchored at the wharf. There was people getting on the boat. People with lunch baskets and people without lunch baskets going to eat out of somebody else's lunch baskets. And when the boat was about 20 miles down the river, somebody threw a lighted match in the lemonade, and it exploded. The boat was blown to atoms, and everybody on board was lost. Not a soul saved.
That's too bad. I suppose your brother was on that boat.
My brother was not on board that boat.
Maybe your sister.
No, my sister was not on board the boat.
I have it. Your dear old mother was on board.
No, my mother wasn't on that boat.
Why, Leonard, then, for pity's sake, why do you take on so about that steamboat explosion?
You see, my mother-in-law had a ticket, and she